Okay. All right. I'd like to make this one short, but I always say that. And I never do. But I just wanted to get this information out there. Um, I basically was just kind of clicking on links and blah, 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 blah. And I hit one, I think it was last night. And then, like this afternoon, I don't know what time it was, noon. Uh, no, it was early in the morning or something. I don't know. My hours, my sleep schedule's been completely fucked up. But then I was listening to Fetzer's show on Republic Broadcasting, and I was, I don't know, doing chores, straightening stuff out, and I overheard him talking about this guy, this Todd Blanche guy. Now, I'm sorry, I'm drinking water here. Whenever I start talking, I have issues. So, my interest was piqued, and I went back and re-listened to his show. And it was actually an InfoWars link that was from the 17th, which was Thursday, I think, October 21. There is just really a lot of weird shit going on. I was taking a look at Candace Owens again, because I think a lot of this shit, and you guys are, Candace Owens, I was on a chat today that I'm on frequently, like for hours, and some idiot, well, they didn't respond to me, told me I was bringing up an issue with Todd Blanche and Susie Wiles, and they said, you can go complain about Jews somewhere else. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, I didn't say anything about Israel. But I'm going to go ahead and put forth a thesis that seems to be a common theme these days, yet at the same time, people are complaining about our involvement with that country and, trying to make it a big, huge issue, blah, 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 blah. You have new bombing going on again, and there isn't going to be a ceasefire. There is a video of Trump on a hot mic discussing just a little bit of land that he needs, and then he should have Eric Trump get in touch with the person because Eric is the go-to guy. And I thought, oh my God, we have Biden all over again. Biden, Hunter, the big guy. And I'm thinking to myself, I just have to drink some water. Give me a break for a sec. I'm thinking to myself, honestly, I thought, holy shit, I can't believe how corrupt things are. Or am I missing something? Am I being overly dramatic? Okay. So this has audio, but I can't access the audio. So I'm not going to. So they clearly have done a number on Hillary's eyes in InfoWars. I'm just going to read, the one sentence that's available here because I can't get at the video. It says unmute. There is no link. It says on Thursday, Alex Jones covered how Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche is holding up justice from taking place within the Department of Justice. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say that's bullshit. I'll explain in a minute. I mean, he is, but so are other people. As part of his analysis, Jones explained that Blanche may as well be replaced with someone like Hillary Clinton due to how his actions are negatively affecting the nation. Now, Fetzer reported it as Hillary Clinton was going to replace Blanche, and I'm like, what the hell? This is ridiculous. Then there's this Viva Free guy who is so far deep into COINTEL, it's not funny. And then they show Jones being sworn in for some bullshit stuff. And then this guy, if he doesn't get a fucking haircut, I swear to God, he looks ridiculous. He's greasy, and he's proud of it. Something that rather upsets me on this is that I am unable to get into the site. So I honestly do not see this as happening. Oh, and buy your vitamin mineral fusion. Actually, I can't believe they brought it back. All right. This is not what I wanted. Right here. Okay. So this is a PDF labeled as a white paper. And I'm going to read just a bit. And there is a reason for this based on my other videos, okay? Or based on something I plan on continuing to report on. Okay. It's called White Paper, Todd Blanche and Susie Wiles Call for Disclosure and Resignations. Page 1. Note, numerous facts here are withheld from Google and AI databases for a reason. They do not support the bankers' narratives, lies. Ignore these assertions to the peril of our American Republic. May contain opinion. Verify everything. Finding. AI hides numerous material interlocking conflicts of interest among Blanche, Wiles, Bondi, Vance, Ramaswamy, who, by the way, is first cousins with Usha Vance. Hence, one of their children's names is Vivek. Ellison, Thiel, Zuckerberg, and Schmidt. So basically, AI searches, right now, me trying to get something on Yandex is becoming difficult, which is a shame. The best thing I can get there are images. And I'm going to start reading this. I may go into a part 2 because it is already after 1 o'clock. Okay. I'm going to pause this for a moment. Okay. Sorry. Okay, guys. Let's continue. I may have to pause it again because I'm in the middle of a bunch of bullshit. Okay. Now I need to indicate that this article is dated September 29th, 2025. So this is, basically 3 weeks ago. Hang with me. I may just make this a little bit shorter and pick it up tomorrow. Because I haven't even unpacked what I want to really get into with Candace Owens. I mean, It's Candace Owens. It's Alexis Wilkins. It's that stupid ass Erica Kirk. I don't even believe they're married. I'd like to see a marriage license. And then will she get a divorce? Oh no, she doesn't have to if the guy's dead. I'm not thinking. I think she's going to remarry and become really pregnant. And then you'll see her bump and the real kid. Maybe not. I don't know. Okay. And she's almost 40, by the way. I think. 36 or 37. Okay. Todd Blanche's entrenchment installed as 40th Deputy AG by Wiles Rothschild mining machine, a call for immediate resignations. Now, on the chat that I was on, where somebody was accusing me of being some sort of a bot, I really absolutely hate this. Very low information, people. Someone else said, send us a link. He needs to go. So that's Jimmy Dore's show. Rumble, which was my favorite go-to place, I don't like it anymore. Every single creator on that platform is given a set of rules that are very difficult. And they have to stay, it's almost like YouTube, but it's like run by spooks, which YouTube is too, but it's run by right-wing spooks instead of left-wing spooks. Either way, it doesn't matter because it's all corrupted. I recommend buying reference books. I mean, something as simple as a dictionary. When I'm baffled at these automated things telling me I'm spelling something wrong, I'm like, nah, I don't think I am. I look up the word, but I can't even figure out the proper spelling, because it's a long website that I have to click on to get the proper spelling. Because it'll be, is it, this or that? What is the right way to spell it? And every single link is like that. I can't just get a dictionary that gives me the word and how it's spelled. How do you spell, something? So I'm really seeing such a change right now. I've used the internet for so many years to do so much stuff. And it's where I became really dependent on it. And I said, well, look up Google. Oh, wait a minute. And my mom would have me look something up for her or something before she went completely, dementia. I mean, because she got mean dementia. I had a hard time. I mean, it was actually so bad that it erased any fond memories that I have. It just, the last few years had gotten so negative that I had to actually put some distance there because it was just too much for me to cope with. Well, I mean, it was very abusive toward me. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, finally, I just was like, I can't take it. I could give you examples, but I don't think you'd even believe it. And it was mean-spirited, But it used to give the number of results, which would be 20,000 results, and then have every article there. And it would take like 2 seconds to come up on less expensive internet. Wi-Fi, obviously. And now it's like, so I do have, a lot of reference books. A lot of them were my dad's, and I just need to get, and they're in a different location. I do have another small studio. It's a condo, it's a studio, it's nothing, it's not big. It is like 6 hours away, which is a problem because it's not like I can just pop in my car, and the traffic is bullshit. And it's just tedious. It's tedious driving. And if the weather is bad, it's really bad, you know. That's a cruise. So getting back to this, I can see where the writer is coming from. They're saying these searches are shit right now. They're being fully fucked up and controlled, and you're not going to find anything. And I have to go. I spend a lot of time just finding something. Okay, let's keep going on this one. So again, installed as 40th Deputy AG by Wiles Rothschild Mining Machine, a call for immediate resignations. Investigative reporter Alex Truthseeker, Patriots United Against Corruption, September 29, 2025. The deed is done. On March 5, 2025, a slim Republican majority Senate confirmed Todd Wallace Blanche as the 40th United States Deputy Attorney General in a 52-46 vote, with him sworn in the next day, March 6th, placing him at the Department of Justice's beating heart, overseeing civil rights probes, antitrust enforcement, and election integrity under Attorney General Pam Bondi. Election integrity. Okay. I never see that happening right now. I think it might. I would hate to rule it out. But this Montani guy in New York City, this bums me out. Things were so okay for me there that, if I could just get some of my investments in order, I was thinking of even like moving there for a short time. But I have such a good deal on rent here. It would be like hanging myself with a noose. I mean, I have this huge apartment. It's historically significant. And it's under 1,000, and it's like 1,100 square feet with 2 bedrooms. The bathroom is extremely small. It's weird how small it is. I've got 11 windows, which gives me an enormous amount of light. Instead of just moving to a box where you've got 3 windows facing a direction, it's almost like a small house. Kitchen, dining room, living room. I don't know. 2 walk-in closets. 3 actually, but it's smaller, but you could still fit your whole body in there and put a small desk in there if you wanted to, I suppose. I'm not exaggerating. So, but it's intriguing because I've always, since I worked at the brokerage firm, I always, just since my first visit there, I always sort of dreamed of living there and thought it would be really cool. But with this Mondami guy going in there, and I think things are going to go downhill. Also, the crime seems to be much lower per capita than here. Here is just gotten a bit out of control. People don't register their cars when they buy them. People drive without driver's license. People drive without insurance. People just do whatever they want, and it just is let go. And they commit crimes and generally are never really found. A few are, but a small percentage only. I'm not saying I don't know if it would be better, but when I was there, I felt at first I was my normal tense self with kind of looking over my shoulder all the time, but then all of a sudden, like by the third day I was like, okay, this is not bad. At the hospital, when they told me just to leave my stuff, I said, are you kidding? I'm not leaving my stuff. And they're like, okay, if you want to bring it, that's okay. I said, can you carry it for me? And they did. I meant my clothes, my purse, my wallet. I'm like, I'm not leaving this just sitting here in an unlocked locker. And they didn't get upset with me, but they said, it's okay. You can. I said, I don't want to. I was at Weill Cornell Medical Center. Everything was efficient. People were polite. Less layers of security and security guards and IDs and all this shit. You go to a hospital here, it does feel like you're going into the county jail to visit someone. It is bullshit. Now, they usually just let me go. They don't give me too hard of a time. So I don't know. If that guy fucks the city up, I feel sorry for people in New York. He wants a $30 minimum wage. Holy shit. Is that really going to happen? If people don't want to work, they're not going to work. And then 30 won't be enough. Then it'll be like 50. It's ridiculous. Okay. So, no longer a mayor nominee, Blanche now wields unchecked power. His sanitized Senate questionnaire detailing a JD from Brooklyn Law in 2003. I'm not sure what that is. I should have looked it up. JD. Gosh, I thought I had everything under control on this one, but Southern District New York prosecutor from 2006 to 2014 and stints at WilmerHale and Cadwallader, masking a venomous nest of undisclosed interlocks. And stints, okay, but this wasn't Trump's solo pick. It was Susie Wiles' handiwork. Strategy huddle at J.D. Vance's D.C. residence alongside Bondi, Patel, and others was a clandestine August 2025 Epstein strategy huddle. Oops, I think I missed a sentence. Susie Wiles is the White House chief of staff, so that's like Trump's right-hand person, who recommended him during a clandestine August 2025 Epstein strategy huddle at J.D. Vance's D.C. residence, alongside Bondi, Patel, and others, plotting a unified scandal shield. Wiles, ensnared in a web of hidden mining fortunes. Here it is. I'm going to repeat it. Susie Wiles, chief of staff, who is ensnared in a web of hidden mining fortunes tied to, hang on to your seats, Baron Michael Farmer's copper cartel and the Rothschild family's global resource plunder has installed a Wilmer Hale veteran to guard her illicit gains, Susie Wiles. With Blanche now entrenched, the urgency escalates. These conflicts aren't hypothetical, they're operational, demanding his swift resignation or congressional impeachment to savage Trump's DOJ from British City of London sabotage. Now, before we go any further, who is Baron Michael Farmer? Candace Owens' father-in-law. He is on the same level, and George Farmer is compared to Alex Soros, and Baron Michael Farmer is on the same level as Lord Rothschild. And he actually is a baron. He's Baron of Bloomingdale or something. We'll find it. Blanche's March 6th oath, amid whispers of Epstein file disorganization and unforced errors in White House leaks, seals a Faustian bargain. His questionnaire omits Epstein entanglements via Ghislaine Maxwell's lawyer, David O. Marcus, and Wilmer Hale's Mueller-fueled Russia hoax machinery. But the real betrayal? Wiles' fingerprints, born in that Vance dinner where cocktails flowed and cover-ups crystallized, as the Bulwark exposed on August 7th, 2025. The group forged a firewall narrative with Wiles championing Blanche to quash probes into the elitist scandals, mirroring her own mining veil. Now, 6 months in, Blanche rebukes FBI daylight on Epstein memos. July 11, 2025, his voice echoing Wiles' agenda. Protect the Pilgrim Society's 1909 media playbook, detailed in A Parliament of the Press, Thomas H. Hardman, 1909, where MP Philip Whitewell Wilson and transatlantic elitist scripted narratives to mask Anglo-American annexation. Blanche's role enforced at DOJ, shielding Wiles' Rothschild's Farmer empire from antitrust scrutiny. All right, one more or two more paragraphs, and then we're going to put this together temporarily until I can come back to it, because I do need to pause this. Wiles' buried bonanza, undisclosed mining empires interlocked with Farmer and Rothschild plunder. Okay, so she's laundering a bunch of money that she's made on mines. But where did we hear about somebody buying a mine? Oh, yeah, yesterday. Alexis Wilkins, her dad bought a mine. Her dad, who would have been born, to my knowledge, in the 30s sometime, if he was fighting in the Korean War, which would make her in her 60s or very late 50s. Men were still drafted back then, meaning you had to serve, or you had to find a way to get out of it. You were going to be called up. And my dad personally said, okay, I don't want to be in the Navy. No offense to a friend of ours who's husband at age 42 entered the Navy. I can't even imagine what. I mean, don't. If that was his only option, holy crap. You didn't marry a man with money? Big mistake. Or a decent career? Oh boy. You better have that in check before you walk down the aisle or go to the justice of the peace or the courthouse or whatever. I'll tell you that. I mean, I've worked my ass off hard enough as it is. If some, there's just no way. Sorry, ladies and gents. Okay, so Candace Owens married an extraordinarily rich man who has as much money as Lord Rothschild, and he is a lord. Susie Wiles ran from Reagan 80 operative to Trump's 2024 architect. Masks a voracious appetite for mining spoils. Undisclosed and unethical funneling Trump's deregulations into foreign coffers. Betrayal of trust unmasks her $180,000 in 2019 fees lobbying for Pebble Mine, a Bristol Bay destroyer under Northern Dynasty Minerals and Barrick Gold, despite EPA vetoes. Executive Order 14241, March 2025, revived it, boosting Barrick 15% and enriching her web. Well, she needs to go because she's in the process of destroying our country. And frankly, I think that's what she's setting out to do, and she doesn't give a shit. And people like Patel and his girlfriend Alexis Wilkins and people like Candace Owens, they are laughing. Don't take them seriously for a minute. When I saw Candace had a CIA t-shirt on, she was, you know what she was doing? She was doing Duper's Delight. She was saying that she wasn't, even though she is, and she was laughing on the inside because she's a cold person, despite what you might think. Boosting Barrick 15% and enriching her web. BlackRock $1.06 billion stake. Vanguard, George H.W. Bush's 1995 to 1999 Barrick advisory gig, where he hawked influence at Toronto boards. Well, that was only 4 years, but okay. The Nexus, the Nexus, the middle, the beginning of this, the seed. Baron Michael Stale Farmer, Lord Farmer of Bishopsgate. Mr. Copper is his nickname, whose 5-decade reign over London's metals via RK Capital, I believe that's Red Kite Capital, and the London Metal Exchange, dovetails Barrick's gold-copper veins, Farmer's roots, pseudo-Jewish merchant bankers owning, I'm going to screw this one up, Metalgesellschaft AG, interlocked with Rothschild Frankfurt vaults in Germany for silver, copper, and gold trades worth billions. Farmers Pilgrim Society membership, founded in 1902 for Anglo-American annexation, extends tentacles into U.S. conservative circles. He financed Turning Point UK, TPUK. I'm telling you, this whole Turning Point thing is a money laundering operation. The reason why, what's her name? Erica is so fucking happy is because she's so fucking rich. She's just spitting in your face. The British arm of Charlie Kirk's, Charlie Kirk was an agent for other people, Turning Point USA, with his son George Farmer, the Baron in waiting, as its former CEO and chairman. George sealed the dynasty by marrying Candace Owens in 2019, an unlikely pairing, blending Farmer's mining millions with Owens' Daily Wire megaphone. Well, she's not at the Daily Wire anymore, but all her followers went to her after she left, which was for obvious reasons. It had nothing to do with her having a fight with Ben Shapiro and Michael Knowles and all that shit's bullshit. I knew she was, I could tell she was bullshit. I only watched about 10 episodes of her show and I was like, this is bullshit. Plus, she's a huge narcissist. I mean, this chick is so into her, you know. Kirk's youth mobilization machine. This is, again, I have to say this. 500 people on a college campus here and there is not a youth mobilization machine. It's just not. People say it is. It's wonderful. Because that way, he can launder even more money. Oh, yes, it's just a youth group. Oh, that sounds so good, doesn't it? Yeah. And he looked older than 31, too. A transatlantic Trojan horse, Turning Point, USA, UK, whatever, Turning Point. It wasn't started by Charlie Kirk. It was started by very, very rich billionaires that used him as the agent. But I know Cindy with a Y gets so pissed off at me. I still find him to be one of the most revolting looking people on the planet. If they would have just put like a young, suave guy that was really hot in there, but he was just, ugh. Well, he's having plastic surgery now. I don't know where he is. Man of Steel. So they are TPUSA, a transatlantic Trojan horse, funneling British influence into MAGA ranks. MAGA's dead, but that's okay. If you want to think it's alive, that's cool. But it's dead. It's gone. Okay, so I'm going to read this again. A transatlantic Trojan horse funneling British influence into MAGA ranks under the guise of America First. I think that whole rally that they showed over there that they claim 1 million people were at, number one, I don't believe 1 million people were there. And number two, I think it was probably a lot of AI showing crowd. This 1909 Imperial Press Conference blueprint, well, the guise is America First. Well, it's not. It's America Last. And they're using the Israel hate bullshit as a ruse, I think. Oh, yeah, it's bad. But yet Trump is there all the time, like kissing behind. So I'm ignoring that right now, which is very unusual because it's the latest trend on Rumble. That's why I'm ignoring it, because when I start seeing that crap and people start attacking me in live chats and shit, it means something's up, something's wrong, something's not right. I do not approve of the genocide. I'm not saying that. But to sit there and nonstop bitch about it, even though the person you supposedly support or supported or whatever, or your show is named America First, Nick Fuentes, and everybody claims to be a Christian conservative and all this shit, and they have billions of dollars, not just millions, they have billions, and they could make changes. They could find their way there and make changes, and they don't. Well, that's why they killed him. Why? That's rubbish. Okay. Ugh, I lost my place. This 19, okay, so it's the guys as America First. It's not. If you haven't noticed, no, it was, but once Susie Wiles got in there and all these dirty people got in there with her, that was the end of that. This 1909 Imperial Press Conference blueprint, Hardman's tome, prefaced by Rothschild, Earl of Rosebery, rallied 600 plus delegates, including Wilson, to synchronize press for empire building. Lives on. I think President Wilson, right? I guess. I don't know. I mean, I should have looked this up, but there is more to this, okay? Because I'm kind of going in at the tail end. But I thought, wow, there's all this money and all these mining connections going back to Baron Michael Farmer, Lord of Bloomsbury or whatever. Sorry. But then Candace Owens, who's like this big mouthpiece on Rumble, she's going on vacation to read and research. Give me a break, girl. You have a servant, man. You can have several servants. um To synchronize press for empire building, lives on. Toilet paper UK's narrative control, Barry's resource heist and populist fervor, the Wiles Pebble Push as the 2025 sequel, piping U.S. minerals into farmers' LME via EO 14241. Now, this we have to go further on. This is a 15-page document. I just want to give you where I started with this. The Baron who rigs global silver and gold markets. Here is Candace Owens' father-in-law. Here's oversized head. If Candace is 5'8" and that's the size of her head, Kirk's head is twice the size. It doesn't matter. Candace owns Charlie Kirk's stepping and fetching girl for the British Pilgrim Society through its U.S. Uniparty. Now, at first, I said to myself, a while back, I said, what the fuck is a Pilgrim Society? Is it just bullshit or what? Because like I said, I'm not trying to be like Peggy Hall, but it's like 2 a.m. 1:47 here. So I looked it up on Wikipedia. I did find a full list of members. It's not a joke. The Pilgrim Society, founded on 16 July 1902 by Sir Harry Britton, KBECMG, is a British American society established, in the words of American diplomat Joseph Choate, to promote goodwill, good fellowship, and everlasting peace between the United States and Great Britain. It is not to be confused with the Pilgrim Society of Plymouth, Mass. I'm going to read, like I said, I'm fading out here, but I'm going to do it. Just so you know where this stuff is, she's a deep ass operative. Deep. Over the years, it has boasted an elite membership of politicians, diplomats, businessmen, and writers who have included Henry Kissinger, Margaret Thatcher, Caspar Weinberger, Douglas Fairbanks Jr., Henry Luce, Lord Carrington, Alexander Haig, Paul Volcker, Thomas Keane, George Shultz, and Walter Cronkite, among many others. Members of the immediate royal family, United States Secretaries of State, and United States ambassadors to the Court of St. James are customarily admitted ex officio to membership in the society. The Pilgrims of Great Britain and the Pilgrims of the United States have reciprocal membership. It goes on. And I'm going to pick this up. I don't know if I want to go over this more thoroughly. Well, I'll just say this. We can go into this more. The society is notable for holding dinners to welcome into office each successive U.S. ambassador to the United States. The patron of the society is King Charles III. Prime Minister Winston Churchill delivered a speech to the society on March 18, 1941. And it goes back, but this is what I kind of want to close with for now. I hope you got something out of this, because I put this together quite sloppily. But what I'm trying to get to here is that the Queen, why do I not like this woman? I can always sniff out a rat. And it was during the summer, or right before the election, I think, where I was actually listening to this chick's videos, and I was still like worse condition than what I'm in now, like trying to get from my crutches to the tub and all that shit, which if I listen to something in the background, I bring my computer in my little bathroom. It's way too small, but whatever. And I like to listen to videos while I'm, brushing my teeth or washing my face or something. And I listened to her for a few days. And I thought, And then, like Lady C did a big spiel with some woman, a friend of hers from Jamaica. And she acted as if, oh, yeah, we just happened to stumble upon Candace Owens. Well, I'm pretty sure Lady C's husband, or Lady C herself, Lord Colin Campbell, or whatever his name is, Baron or whatever, Colin Campbell, I'm pretty damn fucking sure that she's probably in the Pilgrim Society too, but if not her husband. I'm pretty sure, but I'm not 100% sure, that probably the entire House of Lords is part of it. And Candace and Lady C acting as if they just happened to stumble upon each other and blah, 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 blah. Believe me, Candace Owens can get any dirt she wants on anyone, including me and you. I'm just saying. So I am gonna, I mean, you see what I'm saying? I mean, this is bullshit. At least she went that far with it, though, because I found her information to be really informative. She threw us off with the whole absolute bullshit crap of, I don't know if Bridget McCrone is a guy or a girl, but wasn't it interesting how she took you down a rabbit hole just to see how far you go? It was a test. Just my opinion. I'm going to split and I'm going to pick it up because there is so much shit here that I found you wouldn't believe it. Okay.